I heard this on the radio, and so then I went to look it up. Forget dusting. Keep germs at bay by scrubbing your doorknobs and your light switches. Forgotten surfaces are helping to spread bugs, including flu and norovirus. And this was published in the New Scientist. I mean, I just don't get it. When did science lose its common sense? Common sense can't be scientifically measured. Preach! Testify! I don't even know where to start with this, so let's just start at the beginning. What they're saying isn't new. It's been known in the sports world for a long time. When you're in competition phase, you avoid touching surfaces. You wear gloves, and you don't touch your nose, and you wash your hands. You do this because you're balancing on a knife edge, trying to carry the least amount of body fat while still being able to perform at your best. And that's going to compromise your immune system. But this is just a few weeks at most. And there's a lot to say that the stress of worrying about all this is going to weaken your immune system even more. But that very specialized preventative thinking doesn't apply all year round. At the moment, there's this crazy notion that seems to be sweeping the world that says that we need to control all types of variables that we just don't have any control over. We need to control what we hear, not by looking inward and controlling our interpretation, but by looking outward and controlling what comes out of other people's mouths. But this is just all time-consuming and ultimately futile. And now, we're trying to control the microbiological environment of our homes rather than looking inward and controlling our immune systems. And science is bolstering this crooked thinking. After all that lab time, I think the best advice is disinfect the light switches? And we wonder why there are less women in STEM fields. Maybe they're smart enough to stay away if this is what's being produced. The way I see it, we're under constant attack from bacteria and viruses. It's a constant assault. Our immune system is our internal army that's just fighting off the hordes. Now, if that's the case, does it make sense to try and eradicate the hordes? This is a guerrilla war. This is your body's daily Vietnam. You gotta worry about the barbarians trying to creep up into your nasal passages? You gonna be wary about the looters trying to cling onto your fingertips? Or do you just focus on having an army so powerful and strong that it crushes any rebellion from the outside without you even noticing? Now, I hate using myself as an example, so I'm going to introduce you to my third cousin, John Littleman. John hasn't had a day off from a cold in 20 years. Does that mean that somehow he's been dodging all the germs out there? Does it mean that he's judiciously been scrubbing any surfaces that he comes into contact with? Did he swap his tracksuit for a hazmat suit? No! He just thinks that if he keeps his immune system tip-top, then it vanquishes all attacks. It's easier to control yourself than to try to control an ever-changing environment. But how does he do this? He makes sure that he gets enough food. He makes sure that he sleeps as much as he can, i.e., he don't deliberately jeopardize his sleep for trivial things like watching TV and other rubbish. And he trains every day. No illness gym excuses. Now, there was a period of time where he would get colds when training. His answer was to continue training with the cold and see it first as a performance enhancer, which it is, and an additional load that will make bigger gains in the future, which it will. Either way, he just carried on. But since he started having a green juice every morning, he doesn't even get the colds anymore when training. He just gets the beginnings of something. You know, the scratchy throat or the sneeze. So then he just hits another green juice hard, like a Jaeger bomb. Then he cooks up a big chili with paprika, garlic, cayenne pepper, jalapenos, sends those ingredients on a seek and destroy op. Burn it out. Next day, gone. Mission accomplished. Now, I'm not sure what's in this green juice that makes a difference, but If I was a betting man, I'd say it's the ginger and raw onion. When you have that onion, boy, you feel it burning out all that wickedness as it free falls down the back of your throat pipe. I think it fortifies the blood, kills anything that dares to step to it. It's like Achilles. But instead of science investigating the effects of that warrior, they prefer to turn people into real warriors. Worried about getting a cold, worried about getting the flu. Get your flu jab, wrap up, don't go out because it's cold, don't stay in because of the germs. Why is the message not build your immune system? Have the SAS running through your veins, zero dark 13 any enemy insurgents. Is the Onion Council not paying as much as Johnson & Johnson? Do you know when you don't have to wrap up? When your metabolism is running well. And do you know how to get it to run well? Proper hip, shoulder and spine exercises. But there's no mention of that anywhere. And just check out this guy. He's 98 years old, he's ex-army, and he's crushing it in the gym 5 times a week. Do you think that's luck? Do you think it's genetics? Do you think it's hard work? Or do you think it might just be consistency? He got a skill, and he's kept a skill. Look, I don't work for a juicer company. Any juicer companies that want me to work for you, I'll work for you. And I've got no juice diets to sell. Introducing Essop's revolutionary new diet. Juice Mousse. All the goodness of juice in a mousse. Cancel separately. If you don't want to get a juicer, then just chop an onion up and eat it. Or if you're a real Spartan, just eat it like an apple. But don't lose days of your life because you're just not taking a 10-second hit on the onion bomb daily. And don't live your life in fear of your surroundings. If there's hand sanitizer around, then yeah, use it. Especially if it's for free. Wash your hands, yes, but these are you. Control you. Strengthen your internals so that you can be more resistant to the external. And actually, this doesn't just go for germs. This goes for life. Have you had that hypothesis peer-reviewed? I hope this helps. Disinfect your thumb and bust me a thumbs up, because let me tell you something. Busting makes me feel good. Chat away in the comments, babe. And if you like my vibe, please subscribe. What?